beta going live today, which means alpha is now offline. Blizzard preparing for those beta servers to go live. You can make all kinds of things, do all kinds of things, play your Harneer, play through the new zones, play through the leveling campaigns, get into your beta's best desire. Again, ordering the Epic Edition or pre-ordering the Epic Edition will give you instant access to this thing. Otherwise, you could have applied, but I'm not sure if that's going to really work out for you. Some new stuff coming with Midnight that I wasn't fully aware of just yet is the Training Grounds PvP mode. I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Training Grounds are going to be your AI PvP, so you'll be able to queue up for what is essentially a PvP match, but you're playing against computer-generated players, right? They're not real players. I'm assuming, of course, it's going to be easier than playing real PvP, as it should be. This is supposed to be like a training thing, right? Well, there's going to be new achievements attached to this as well. So we got a couple achievements with this new training thing. There's going to be one for getting 10 Arathi wins, while controlling 5 flags, 10 battlegrounds of Gilneas while controlling all 3 flags, 10 Silver Shard mine training ground battles without letting the enemy team capture a mine cart, 50 flags captured in Arathi Basin, 30 flags captured in battle for Gilneas, 100 carts in Silver Shard mines, performing a /trade emote in each of the training grounds, win each of the following maps without dying, and then win training grounds without dying. There you go, a couple of achievements. This is actually a cool mode that I think could be iterated on by Blizzard, maybe even giving some interesting rewards and things like that. I always thought like some sort of, PvP versus AI was always something people desire. People wanted to see it. Ever since we saw, what's it called? The other game mode that basically does this, Cop Stomp. Yes, Cop Stomp does this, and people really enjoyed that. So seeing it come in now in this full-fledged PvP versus AI version, I think is going to be a popular thing for people to do, and could actually get people into PvP. Every trading post in WoW going forward, we now know the names of it, so we can kind of guess what's going to be coming in the trading posts here for 2026. So let's start out here with January, known as A New Dawn. We have February, Gold is Good. Wonder what that one could be. Maybe we get the Brutosaur back in some way, shape, or form. It will never be a trading post mount, but maybe we get it back on the store at that time. We do know the Brutosaur might be coming back during Midnight. Now, one interesting thing is we're kind of expecting the expansion to go live in February or March, so trading post themed around Midnight doesn't look like it might be based on these names. We have Gold is Good for February, and then great Live, Laugh, Love. Every Karen and their, and their friend on Facebook can post about this one. They'll be excited for the Live, Laugh, Love March trading post. For April, we got 10 to your garden. Make sure you're trimming your bushes, of course. May, we have Something Simple. June, Heating Up. Okay, yeah, a little bit of the summer flavor there. We always get like squirt guns and all kinds of shit for that one. For July, we got Fireworks. Okay, so probably some, if I had to guess, maybe some very flamboyant looking popping off skirts and stuff like that. I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Maybe some Chinese dragons with fireworks coming off of them. That would be a cool mount if Blizzard actually gave us something like that. For August, we have Showdown. September, Friendship Month, of course. Yeah, we have friends in this game. October, Costumed Calamity. November, Food, Glorious Food. We just got out. We're getting into a November one right now with the turkey mounts. I don't think that'll be beaten, honestly. And then for December 2026, Bundle Up. There you go. And for December coming up right now, we know that is called Frozen Hearts. So we should be getting some maybe, Elsa and Anna Frozen themed trading posts. Who knows? Disney crossover coming to a WoW near you. There you go. Moving on to the numbers, boys. As we move in now to Midnight Beta, Midnight just around the corner, let's do a little health check on where the game currently stands, whether it's performance of classes, performance of the game overall, and just check into things and see where everybody currently stands. So the weekly total numbers on global performance, looking good, but looking down, right? It's expected. You're in week 12 of an expansion now. Numbers tend to head down because of that. Globally, things are looking good. China still holding a decent amount of weight, but finally global without China has surpassed China. There was a time where basically China was starting to catch up here. Looking at the overall curve numbers, okay, this is the best chart to look at of all of them, which really gives you an indication of the health of the expansion. The War Within Season 3 is the dark blue line. We can compare that to Season 4, of Dragonflight, which was the final season of that expansion. We got 4 season expansions will no longer be a thing, but that was our final one that did. And we could see final seasons here kind of lining up in terms of popularity. We had the recent pop-off, right, thanks to the Turbo Boost event, so that got people back into it a little bit. And we had the drop-off when Legion Remix launched. So that was a big thing that kind of took people away from retail runs. But right now, things have kind of evened out. We see where the numbers currently stand. We're down about, for the War Within Season 3, about 78% down from where we were when this expansion started, which is typically your high point, right? That's going to be your highest point for the expansion usually, is that first week. So looking at these numbers, I mean, not too far off. The War Within Season 3 is 78%, and Season 4 for Dragonflight was 77% down. So in line. You know, it's a decently healthy expansion. I don't know if you could use Dragonflight as a good gauge for health, but one thing that was very popular about Dragonflight was its retention numbers were some of the best we had seen in quite a while. So Dragonflight might actually be a good gauge to hold these numbers up to. We'll see if this continues. I think more people are going to start to get back into retail as beta goes live. Of course, as we get the launch of pre-patch events and stuff, which is expected, honestly, to start in January. So we could be getting pre-patch and everything. You'll see a little uptick in things. Whether or not people actually participate in Mythic Plus and stuff like that, we'll see. But for now, participation overall, right in line with where we would expect it to be. Overall, these are global numbers. You can look at these for Remix as well. Nothing too excited to look at here. Looking at the total runs, most popular Dungeons 2 run right now, Eco Del Meldani remains the champion of this season, followed by Tazavesh, Tazavesh Streets, right, or Gambit. Tazavesh Gambit, Halls of Atonement, prior of the Sacred Flame Operation Floodgate. Tazavesh Streets then follows that. Then we got Dawnbreaker and Arakara. Your boys completed all these keys pretty easily at this point. I got one more dungeon I think I got to do, and I'll have Keystone Master. I literally got Keystone Master in 2 days. Come on, too easy. But looking at these numbers, the time numbers are really, really high at this point. Everybody's basically timing these things, which is good. That's what you want to see towards the end of an expansion. The number of keys being run, mostly 10s and 12s, right? It makes sense. You got your achievements that people are trying to go for that 3K IO mount and everything right now, so that's where you would expect them to be. Sam, has your wife ever tried WoW? No, never. She doesn't even understand or comprehend really what this game is about in any way. She just knows that her degenerate husband wakes up every morning and streams the shit out of this game and brings home a little bit of dough in the process. Should probably be better than him. She would probably be better than me. You know, not at tanking, obviously. I'm known to be one of the best blood DKs in the world. But yeah, other classes, sure, she could be my healer if she wants to be. Now, comparing these numbers to Legion. Let's check out Legion Remix. What's the most popular? There is Mythic Plus going on in that. The Arcway, number 1, Neltharian's Lair, Darkheart Thicket, Black Rookhold, Return to Karazhan Upper, Return to Karazhan Lower. Those are in the middle there. Eye of Ajara, Halls of Valor, Maw of Souls, Court of Stars, and Vault of the Wardens. Pretty sure Vault of the Wardens was the shittiest one even when Legion was actually live. That was probably the least done one. So there you go. Those are the numbers the way they currently stand. Arcway, number 1 right now in terms of popularity. And the Legion key split, I mean, it's insanity. You look at it, it's absolutely insanity. People doing plus 50s now in Legion Remix. So there you go. Plus 52 actually is the highest key done. So the numbers look decent, as I said. Pretty healthy right now. And what would you expect towards the end of an expansion? But let's look at the DPS, right? How's the overall meta holding up? How are the numbers holding up? What classes right now look the best heading into midnight? That could change, obviously, and will change with the respecking and all the tooling that's going on with these classes. No, it's not. You don't believe it's a healthy expansion right now? I think it's pretty good. I think overall, I do feel like people are playing the game. When I queue up for things, I feel like there are a lot of people playing right now. So I'll hold it as a decent level. So looking at the overall 95th percentile of damage right now in the Mana Forged Omega Raid, Elemental Shaman at the very top, followed by Arcane Mage, Beast Mastery Hunter, Ass Rogue. We also see Marksmanship Hunter doing a good job. Frost DK just behind them. Destro Warlock, Fire Mage, Furry Warriors rounding out your top boys there. Thank you for the bits, Burning Viking. 100 bits there. The number 1 bald streamer. And remember, YouTube, come follow us on Twitch live Mondays through Fridays. That's right, 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you. I appreciate that, Burning. Thank you for the bits, man. Down at the bottom here, we got Outlaw Rogue, Survival Hunter, Frost Mage, Demonology Warlock, Enhancement Shaman, Arms Warrior, Havoc, Demon Hunter, Affliction, Warlock, rounding out your bottom boys there. Now, these are your top 95th percentile. If we include, like, overall percentiles of damage, Arcane Mage really sitting there at the top. This is the people's chart, right? The other chart is, like, your top-end Mythic runners. This is the people's chart of everybody, how they're doing. Arcane Mage right now, the People's Champion, followed by Ass Rogue, Elemental Shaman, Frost DK, Beast Mastery Hunter, Furry Warriors. At the bottom, Frost Mage, Outlaw Rogue, Demonology, Warlock, Enhancement Shaman, Arms Warrior, Survival Hunter, Devastation Evoker. Living, it's devastating life there at the bottom, as it usually is. Overall boss damage, we see right now Ass Rogue living a pretty good life. Number 1 in overall boss damage, followed by Arcane Mage and Fire Mage. Individuals, for bosses, yeah, you can look at these charts individually for bosses. And then overall heroic raid damage. Again, one of the people's charts here, we see Arcane Mage at the top, Elemental Shaman, Ass Rogue, Destro Warlock, Furry Warriors. Round out your top 5. And then at the bottom, very much the same here. We see Outlaw Rogue, Frost Mage, Arms Warrior, Enhancement Shaman, Affliction, Warlock, Demonology Warlock. Warlock's having a little bit of a tough time in the people's rankings here. What's their top one right now for Warlocks? I see the 2 specs down here at the bottom. What's the next Warlock spec up? Looking at Destro Warlock sitting there at the 4th spot. So that's pretty good. So if you're playing Warlock, play Destro for now. Overall, okay, the most popular specs to play in the game as we head into midnight. Let's see what they currently are. If you're looking at Legion Remix, this number right here, about 50% of Legion Remix runs being run by a single spec. So that's pretty funny. Let's see what the most popular Mythic Plus in retail right now is. We see Bestiality, or I should say Beast Mastery Hunter, sitting at the very top, followed by Frost DK, Resto Shaman, Retribution Paladin, Prot Warrior, Prot Paladin, Havoc Demon Hunter. You can make out, and then Resto Druid here. You can make out what the meta is right here. I'll talk about the meta in a second, but you can kind of gauge what it is based on the popularity of these classes right now. At the very bottom, the Red-Headed Stepchild, the one that nobody wants to play. Augmentation Evoker, Affliction Warlock, Arms Warrior, Fire Mage, Outlaw Rogue, Survival Hunter. Those are your bottom boys right now, the least played classes. Looking at the meta, overall right now, we see the meta is currently made up of Frost DK. We got Marksmanship, or I should say Beast Mastery Hunter, Prot Warrior. Then we get into Resto Druid or Resto Shaman for your healer. And then we got Havoc Demon Hunter pumping out there. So overall, this is what's expected, kind of, is what we've been seeing for quite a while. I think some of these classes have really been up there. Prot Warrior's had a pretty good season. I'm happy for Prot Warrior. They've had some tough times, and this season has really been about them as the meta tank. As I was saying before, most popular right now, Beast Mastery Hunter, 11.9% of runs being run with Beast Mastery Hunters. We got Frost DK, second place there is most popular. Resto Shaman, then Retribution Paladin, Warrior for protection, and Paladin for protection. And then Havoc Demon Hunter, rounding out your top boys in terms of popularity. Looking at the composition, as I said before, the meta, yeah, being run at a decent rate right now. The top 2 really are made up the same, except you're switching Resto Druid for Resto Shaman in some of these. But really, Prot Warrior holding tough. Frost DK holding tough. We also see Havoc Demon Hunter holding tough. And then Beast Mastery Hunter, of course. Yeah, makes sense. So there you go. There is no meta, just whatever you want to play. Look, it's very true. Running the meta is completely ridiculous. You do see the meta show up more towards later keys. Like most people right now are running 13s and 10s and 12s. That's the most... And look, you look at those, big variety, right? Where you see the meta show up really is like a plus 22. People start to run what they consider to be the most optimal classes at that rate. But yeah, there really is no meta. I totally agree. People are just running whatever the hell they want. Nobody takes these charts seriously. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Sam, are you going to sign up for a Break the Meta? I saw that. Yeah, there is a Break the Meta competition going on. No, I don't want to break the competition. That's the thing, right? I'll show up there and I'll just dominate, and I just don't want to do that. Because technically my blood DK is not meta, so I could run with it, but I don't want to do that. I'll leave those things up to the people. As for Legion Remix, most popular right now, Havoc Demon Hunter, Retribution Paladin, Balanced Druid, and Guardian Druid are your top 4. And then your bottom boys, nobody's playing Outlaw Rogue, Fire Mage, Subtitty Rogue, Holy Priest, or Mistweaver Monks right now in there. Looking ahead at overall, 26.6% of people running things right now in Remix are running as a Havoc Demon Hunter, which is hilarious. Yeah, but expect it to be broken. And then look at this. Just one of the funniest charts you'll ever see. This is the meta right now. The most run shit group comps right now for Legion Remix, just running a Havoc Demon Hunter by itself. That's your meta. Havoc Demon Hunter all by itself, followed by a Ret Paladin all by itself. Obviously, these charts are broken because Legion Remix is broken. That's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, people soloing shit. That's the way to go in Legion Remix. Just solo things and you'll have a good time. Overall, these numbers are fun to look at. And I would say overall, the expansion's health looks pretty good. It does. I'm happy to see that right now there's still kind of the same amount of participation that we expected towards the end of expansion. And I think it'll ramp up just a little bit as pre-patch comes live. And then, of course, heading into midnight. Right now, there should be excitement built up for beta and everything else. And then the ramp up in January and February as we head into midnight. And for now, that is all in terms of news.